So what's up with y'all, man? It's Iron Line 29 on Instagram. Lines Pyro MMA Muay Thai Cardio and Fitness on YouTube. Lines Health Fitness and More Talk on Anchor, the podcast app that you can download on your App Store, Google Play, or even the podcast app. Download it on your phone when you purchase it at your local Walmart or AT&T store, Verizon Wireless, or wherever store you go to. That sells electronics. Um, so this podcast and this video I'm doing because I got a lot of email, 3 emails, 4 today. So far I got 4 emails, and this is into regards of dating apps versus reality. That's the name of this. You know, I've been pretty much been training hard, and I really haven't had much time to talk about this stuff. But I do definitely support the people who support me and support my channel. So that's what this is about: dating apps versus reality. And I've been thinking about this now for about a couple months doing this. And so I've been thinking about doing this, talking about this on the video, and there was a couple that wrote me. There was a couple that had wrote me, and basically they were saying how they met each other on Match.com, and the dating app that they met each other on, their relationship is kind of failing. They feel like the relationship is kind of failing them because they don't feel like it's real enough. They don't feel like the relationship is going anywhere because they met each other off a dating app. So they kind of feel like they don't feel like the relationship is real. And I kind of understand where they're coming from. The only thing I can tell you is that if you are, meeting each other off a dating app or a dating site, meeting each other in the beginning is going to be kind of different. It's going to feel kind of weird. It's going to feel strange. It's not going to feel real. It's not going to even be a reality because you all met each other off a dating app or a dating site. They wrote me. They were basically saying how there's things that they know about that they're finding out about the relationship, about each other. They found out some things about one another they did not know before they met each other off the dating app or the dating site, Match.com. And they don't like what they're hearing now. And they've been together for 4 years. And they've been together for 4 years now. So it's like, in that situation, like, if it's a man that's trying to find out things that he don't like about a woman, and if it's a woman that's trying to find out things she don't like about the man, then all I can say about that is find out, before you all get close and get deep in your relationship, find out the pros and cons about the person before you get serious in your relationship. And in this case scenario, I wouldn't recommend staying distant because you all are disgusted with one another or you all are angry with one another, because being distant when you're mad is not going to help. This couple did mention that they hated each other's guts and they stayed away from one another for a month, 2 months at a time. That's going to make things worse, because once you all clash again, then it can turn violent, it can turn stressful, it can be worse than it can be more harm than good. So I wouldn't even recommend staying distant for a month. This pandemic and this COVID pandemic situation and bullshit that we're in with this stupid pandemic and it's issues that we're up against. It can turn sour to rotten. So, and I don't know if this couple is, I don't know if you follow God or Jesus Christ, the Heavenly Father, but if you do, pray to Him and He will give you the knowledge, wisdom, and strength to endure the issues that you're up against. Just pray to Him and believe and have faith and just pray. A couple that doesn't pray together doesn't stay together. I don't want to say, I hate using that term. Or I can also say, if Christ is not in a relationship, how can you expect your relationship to have any peace in it or any love in it at all? That's how I would say it. That's how I say it. The issue with today's relationships in society and the dating apps versus reality is that you're not going to have standards above the clouds when you're trying to find a relationship. You're not going to be able to, as a man, you're not going to find a perfect woman. And that's why I hate that porn still exists. That's why I hate that they have all this shit out today to make a man's mind go above and be belligerent and full of shit. Like, there's no other way of putting it. Ignorance, arrogance, high standards to me is bullshit. And that's how I say it. I don't believe in high standards, never did, never will. Because there's no such thing as a perfect human being. The only person that's perfect is God the Father in heaven and His Son, Jesus Christ. And the issue is that millionaires are going for people who are wealthier than them. Millionaires are going for billionaires, and billionaires are going for trillionaires. First of all, there's no such thing as a trillionaire. And if there is, big ups to you. You made it to the top. But even the trillionaires have issues also. And there's a lot of wealthy people in this world today. And just because a person is wealthy, just because a person has all the nice cars and all the nice places to live, and they might have if the guy is rich, he might feel like he can be with any woman he wants, which he can. But this is the thing I want to tell everybody that a lot of people don't understand on YouTube, because I really don't care. I always like to keep it real. I'm always going to be myself, regardless of who on here, on YouTube, or any of my platforms, how you feel about what I got to say or not. I don't really care. I don't really care at all. I just want to continue to put out real content out there. Real training sessions, real everything, real 100%. And that's why I don't have that many people tuning in, because a lot of people want to see bullshitty videos of me uploading firework videos. This is not a firework channel. This is Lance Pyro, MMA, Muay Thai, cardio, and fitness. So that means you will get a little bit of everything on this channel. You're going to get a little bit of pyro, which is a little bit of fireworks. I have firework videos on this channel. And once again, if you're looking for a 24-hour firework channel, go and follow those channels. And I hope you find what you're looking for. But I'm going to more than likely create another YouTube channel that's dedicated to videos like this. And the name of the YouTube channel is going to probably end up be called Lun's Blogging. Lun's Blogging. Lun's Fitness and Health Vlog. Lun's Health and Fitness. I don't think of something, because this is not working. This channel, it's just not going to work. There's too many pyros. If there's pyros and they follow me, my question to you is this: I really don't want to say anything negative, because I'm not going to say nothing negative. But I'm going to get on that in a different topic in a different video. But dating apps versus reality. Dating apps versus reality. You can't expect, if you're a guy trying to find you a woman, you cannot expect to find a perfect woman. If you are a woman trying to find you a perfect guy, You're not going to expect a perfect guy. If you are a man looking for a woman that's 100% attractive, you're not going to find a woman that's 100% attractive being a guy. First of all, if you're not 100% attractive yourself, how the fuck are you going to find somebody that's 100% attractive if you're not yourself? How the fuck can you expect to find somebody that's perfect 100% and above the clouds if you're not above the clouds and perfect your damn self? And that's where I'm at with all this. And that's what dating apps versus reality. The reality of dating apps is not going to be the actuality. And dating sites and dating apps only work for people who are animated. People who, the same thing with the workforce. You have to pretty much, the workforce is kind of like selling yourself, selling your soul to a company. I myself, is considered, I am a victim of turning myself into a doormat for a company who looked at me as a laughing stock. That's basically what I was. I was a doormat to a company that called me names like creep and weirdo, and creepy black guy this and weird black guy that, all types of names. Poor this and he ain't shit this and he ain't shit that. A lot of names. I was a doormat, and I was a doormat, and I made myself to be an asshole to be a doormat to a company who didn't give a shit about me. I was being used, and I was being tolerated by a company who didn't give a fuck about me. And that's basically how your dating apps and reality works out. You're creating yourself a profile to sell yourself to people to view you, and that's all you're going to be. I was being viewed on Match.com, Zeus, and all these other apps. And the problem with being viewed, because I know that Zeus is one of those apps that I believe is the worst dating app out there. Match.com is right there with them. And I'm going to name 5 dating apps that are completely scam and a waste of time. The first one is Zeus. The second one is Plenty of Fish. The third one is Tinder. The fourth one is Match.com. And the fifth one, Christian Mingle. I tried all 5. And Zeus is a dating app where I question 100%. Because I say this, I say, what's the point of being viewed on a dating app? Why do dating apps need to create viewing when you're already being looked at from women swiping left and right, or she has to pick and choose you? I mean, I'm not going to even mention the dating app that I even have downloaded on here. Because this dating app that I most recently downloaded, I say, from a scale of 1 to 10, I say it's a 7.5. Do I have any success on there? No, I don't. But what I will say that I think is good is if you're a guy and you're looking just to get likes from women and women to compliment you and leave you heart emojis, then this app is definitely for you. And I'm going to more than likely end up deleting this app also. But I will say there's another dating site out there that you might want to be able to check out called Secret Benefits. If you want 200 credits, you can purchase $89 to get 200 credits. I would say that's the realest dating site out there right now. But the problem with finding, if it's a woman trying to find a rich guy, I see that's the reality. That's not. I don't really consider that the reality for the day because everybody is not rich. Every guy is not going to be rich, and that's where I'm at. I just feel like a lot of women out there, too many women are looking for a guy to be an ATM machine to her, and that's the problem. You know, if you don't have your own ATM machine, how the hell can you expect a man to be your ATM machine if you don't have your own? You know, that's where I'm at with this dating app versus reality. But the reality is that every guy is not going to be a walking ATM machine. If I've met women in my life that I've only met one woman in my life that wasn't with me for money and material things. She was with me because she wanted to know who I was. She wanted to be with me for me, and she's the only woman that I've known. And I mean, it's another lady too, but I could just mention just one woman that I've known out of my whole entire life that wanted to be with me for who I was. Fortunately, it didn't work because she wasn't really ready for anything serious, you know. But the issue is that if you know, I've seen another thing that I pick up on a lot of these dating apps, that a lot of women are leaving their cash apps on a lot of these dating apps. And I don't really care for that. I think that's bullshit, you know. Because 9 out of 10, if you give money to a woman, OnlyFans, you're gonna be the kind of guy, you're gonna be addicted to this lady. She's gonna turn you on, and she's gonna want your full attention. And the one reason why I don't believe in doing OnlyFans and signing up on all these different sites and giving women money and stuff is because there's probably like a few women in my life that I've known that I've given money to in person, and I was taken advantage of. You know, this one lady that I know, her name was Megan. Like I said, I'll put her name on here. You know, maybe not her last name, but her first name was Megan, and I knew her at this apartment complex that I lived at. And you know, one thing I have to say is that, you know, she was using me. She was using me, and you know, when I first met her, she said she wanted to be a friend of mine. You know, I was there for her and her son. The son's father was not paying her any money to get food and help her pay her phone bill. You know, he would use the money that he was supposed to pay her child support to spend on his buddies for beer buds and getting weed and doing drugs with. Instead of him spending money and looking out for his son, taking care of his woman, he was not doing that. He was spending his money on his homies to get high and drunk with. And I would give her money to help her with food, to pay her phone bill, and to buy her groceries. And I was there for her. And you know, for the first 4 or 5 months, she told me she wanted to be in a relationship with me a couple times. And then when it came down to me and her hooking up and going to the movies, I was going to meet her up there, and I called her phone, and she was saying, "What do you mean? You know, we're not in a relationship." I said, "But you just told me that we were going to be in a relationship together," and it didn't happen like that. She told me she wanted to go back to the guy that was spending money on beer buds and getting high and getting drunk on his homies instead of spending money on his woman and kid. Why would a woman want to go with a guy that spends his money on dudes instead of spending his money on? Why would a woman want to be with a guy that want to spend his money on dudes instead of spending his money on his kid and the woman? And I've met women in this life, and I'm 33 now, that they would prefer to be with guys that are fucking dumb in the head. They do drugs. Most recently, I know a lady. She has a kid. She's pregnant. I'm a good friend. I'm an associate of hers. I would put it that way. I'm not really a friend of hers because I feel like she's not even being real with me either. But she would rather stay with a guy that's a drug addict and be with a guy that's a drug addict than to be with a guy like myself that's not a drug addict and that's not going to use her and abuse her, and take advantage of her and stress her out or depress her. I'm the kind of guy that I'm all about spiritual, mental, and physical support. When it comes to being with a woman, it's all about physical, spiritual, and mental support. And if you can't give a woman all three of them, then because it's not just about relationships, are not just about being physical. Relationships are not just about being spiritual. Relationships are not just about being mental. You have to be all three. Just like you have to have all three developed in order to be in a relationship and have your mind right. And that's the issue of today. You know, that's the thing, you're not gonna be able to, how can you be in a relationship and you don't have mentally, spiritual, and physical development? You know, you don't have anything going. You know, it just takes a lot. And it takes a lot. It takes a lot of everything. But that's where I'm at. I know there's a lot of gold diggers out there. And, a lot of women today, they looking for a meal ticket, just like a lot of guys are looking for a woman to have sex with and use her as an object. But the issue is what I don't understand is that I just don't seem to get it. You know, there's too many gold diggers out there. Just like it's dudes gold dig, just like the women gold dig. And I see most dudes, I've known most dudes that live in the buildings I lived in, they got the women paying. He's got the women paying his rent, his bills, buying him food, and he don't do a damn thing for the woman. Not even taking her, and he don't even take her trash out. And I've known women that I used to work with and come across when I was working, and they be with guys that don't do a damn thing. Every woman I've ever worked with tells me, we used to have conversations on the job, and we used to say stuff like, if a woman is with a guy and she ain't doing shit for him, I'm sorry, if the man is with a woman and he ain't doing nothing for her, but laying in his bed all day, every woman I've known in this town that I've heard, now some of their husbands do work, but majority of them that I know, they be like, they can only wish and imagine their man doing what I do. When I told her stuff like, if I was with a woman, I'll help her clean, I'll be cooking, she ain't gonna have to cook, she ain't gonna have to clean, I'll do all that. It's one thing not to have a job, being a guy, but if you ain't helping a woman or keeping the house clean, if you know you're gonna be at the crib all day, at least you can do is keep that damn place clean. I'm not just talking about I'm not just talking about sweeping the mop or taking trash out, but I'm talking about sanitizing and bleaching down the toilet, sanitizing and bleaching down the sink, everything that you touch from the shower to the kitchen sink. Make sure everything is in order, organized, and make sure everything is fresh and clean. Make sure the dishes are washed. Make sure these are simple things, man, that a lot of guys ain't doing no more. Simple shit the man ain't doing no more, man. And it's sad. It's sad to say that very rarely do people have home training. And I'm like, well, what is it gonna take? Because there's so many women nowadays that's doing a lot, and so many women are stressing out because they're doing everything. I'm like, wait a minute, man, how the fuck is it that dudes are on the couch all the time playing a game and drinking beer? I understand people give up and deal with depression because they don't like their job or whatever, but if you know you're gonna be at the crib all day, at least you can do is keep that motherfucking place clean. You're gonna have a landlord come up in there. She might come up in there when you just decide to be on your ass all day. And if you know you're gonna sit on your ass all day, at least keep your ass clean. Clean yourself. Clean your body. Clean your home. Clean your apartment. Like you got a condo, apartment, house, duplex, whatever you got. Clean it. Clean it. Keep it clean. It's not hard. A bottle of bleach is only $1 at the dollar store. You can get a bottle of Mr. Clean for $1 at the dollar store also. Sponges are only like 69 cents at most dollar stores. You can get that. You can get cleaning gloves and clean, sanitize, get a broom and a mop, and clean the place. If a woman is at work busting her ass and she's keeping her home, she's working mad crazy hours to keep the place together and get everything you want. If a woman keeps, because there's a lot of women like this, a lot of women keeping the houses stocked. A lot of women is like the women are buying the food, they paying the bills. She got the car, she got the mortgage, she got everything down she got everything on point. But if the man is not keeping everything clean, then that's bad. That's bad. So that ain't good. That's not good at all. So that's what I have to say about that. There's a few things I want to bring up on here before we ain't wrap this up. There is hope. Sometimes I even lose it myself when it comes to finding love. But I'm sure that's one of the main reasons why I don't get people tuning in. because they like to judge me and tell me that I don't ever have a woman in any of my videos. Well, there's nothing that I can do about that. People, sometimes I get negative messages saying I need to step my game up, and I'm always doing videos by myself, and they found it to be weird because I never have a woman. Well, what I have to respond to that is I live in a town where most women prefer to go after guys in their own race. So let's get that shit clear right now. If you think that I'm weird and you think that I'm this and you saying all this negative shit, tell me where you train at and where your gym is at. And me and my coach will find a way. And if we fight, there won't be any rules involved. I just want you to know that now. I don't care about the negative shit that people say about me not having a woman, because a lot of times people tell me, well, how can you expect to find a woman you ain't never got a job? Or how can you expect to find a woman you ain't never got your shit together? That's nonsense. That's all bullshit. I was working for 5-6 years out here now I live at, and I still didn't have a woman in my life, and I was making good money. So I learned that it don't matter if you have a job or not, and it don't matter if I'm making good money or not. See, this is the thing I want everybody to know, and this all stems back to dating apps versus reality. It's not about money anymore. It's not about cars anymore. It's not about houses anymore. None of that shit matters about women anymore. Because if you really want to know, it's really about race now. How light your complexion is. And how pale a person's mind is. And how fucked up a person's head is. That's what it's really all about. Because I personally believe that if I was a millionaire right now, I'd highly doubt that a woman would still give me a chance. Not even the supposedly real woman out there. I don't believe I will have a chance. I don't believe I'll be given a chance. And the thing is, I wouldn't want a chance because there's too many fake, phony ass people out there. And the only real person that I've known in my life, the only real people I know is my mom, my coach, God the Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ, my brother, and my sisters, and my siblings. Anybody that really rock with me, from YouTube to Instagram, all of us are real. We have our own world that we have to create for ourselves, because you got a lot of animated, fake, phony ass motherfuckers out there. So, what I will say though, is that if you are a brother, you a guy, you a black man out there like myself, and you don't have any hope on finding love because you just feel like your life is running, well, you're not alone, brother, because I'm in the same predicament. I don't have anything. I'm poor. I went from having a job that I hated working at. I was a doormat, and I was pretty much being shitted on. I was pretty much treated worse than a fucking stray dog. I was looked worse than a stray dog. I was nothing. I was surrounded by people who was married, that had big ass chips on their shoulders. They thought they were better than me because I was by myself. Little do they know, let's see how they would be able to handle being alone for 15 years. With them being by themselves for 15 years. Alone, by themselves, doing everything by themselves, and having to find their own relief by turning their madness and lonely stress into productivity, progress, hard work, pain, blood, sweat, and tears every single day, every week, all year, 365 days of the year, them, they, self, and them, and that's all they have. And let's see how they would be able to handle that. And they wouldn't be able to handle it. So, I really don't, the thing is, man, I really don't care. To have a relationship, it's not easy. And it's hard. And some people fail to realize, of course, if you're popular, if you like popular and you got a lot of money and fame involved. But fame and popularity doesn't mean a damn thing. Money is what really counts, because you have to have that in order to survive and live, pay bills and pay rent. Unless we come to the point in life where we have to use gold to get things, which I don't believe we have to worry about anytime soon. But there's a lot of things, man. This video will be up, Dating Apps versus Reality. Check out my podcast on Anchor, Lun's Fitness, Health, and More Talk. My YouTube is Lun's Pyro, MMA, Muay Thai, Cardio, and Fitness. And my Instagram is IronRun29. You know, for everybody out there that's in my same predicament, stay focused, stay progressive. There's nothing wrong with being single. A single life is a blessing. There's nothing wrong with it. Because one good thing about the single life is that you don't have to worry about being cheated on. You don't have to worry about being used. You don't have to worry about being played. Enjoy your single life until this world is over. And yes, I'm encouraging the single life because I'm seeing that a lot of people are killing in their relationships. If it's a man, he can't keep his woman because his woman is getting ready to leave him because he doesn't have anything to offer her anymore. He kills his woman and the kids, and the women are killing the guys also. And that's the problem. What's up, Barbecue Randall? What's up, bro? Yeah, you know, a shout out to Barbecue Randall because he's a true supporter of my channel, and he shows me a lot of support. And he's a real true brother in the making. He's a true brother of mine. Because Barbecue Randall shows me a lot of support and a lot of love and support and respect on my YouTube and on my Instagram. And I really appreciate you, Barbecue Randall. Much love and God bless you, brother. And I'm hoping to visit you real soon where you at your restaurant spot. And I look forward to seeing you soon. But I got 277 subscribers on here, and I only get one person that really supports me. And I'm thankful for that. You know, I'm not even complaining. I'm really happy to have at least one supporter. I get 3 or 4 likes once in a while, but to everybody that really truly like my videos, I will do a giveaway real soon. But the only way I'll be able to do that is if I get to at least 400 subscribers, and I'll do another giveaway. I've done videos in the past telling everybody about this, but it's only up to you to tune in. There's not really much of anything else I got to talk about. Everything I just talked about, I touched up on everything. Everybody enjoy your Monday. Happy Monday to everybody, all my warrior brother champs and pyro champs. Everybody tune in this video if you would like to hear realness and reality versus dating apps. I have not given up on finding love just because I do videos like this. I'm just focused on my goals and achievements right now. And I live in a town where I have no chance on finding a woman I want to be with. This town I live in is real fucked up when it comes to finding love. I know not to find it here. It's just not going to work. This town is just about me staying dedicated and focused to my training. I trained so hard yesterday for a lot of hours till my body is aching, stiffed up right now. And I'm literally like, it's not in pain, but I kind of am like in pain. You know, I'm stiffed up. You know, I've really been doing some real training lately. I've been doing no non-effective training. I got a coach now. Shout out to my coach, man. He's been really pushing me, and we've been really getting that Mortal Kombat work in. Much love to y'all, man, and look out for more videos like this and on the podcast as well. Peace, much love, and God bless. Oos.